When Kevin McHale arrived in Boston, he didn't come alone. Red Auer Bach constructed one of the most lopsided trades in NBA history when he acquired the number 3 overall selection in the 1980 NBA draft, which turned out to be McHale, along with 7-footer Robert Parish. All Auer Bach coughed up were the number 1 and number 13 picks in that 1980 NBA draft, and both turned out to be busts. And so the legend was written of the day McHale, Parish, and Larry Bird came together to create what is considered by many as the best front line in league history. Parish and Bird were already mainstays in the league, but it took a few years for McHale to make his mark. Although the Celtics won the NBA championship in his first season with Boston, McHale's impact was relatively limited. His modest numbers of 10.0 points and 4.4 rebounds per game as a rookie didn't stand out, but they had soon enough. Let's move forward with our video and have a look at the top 10 things you didn't know about Kevin McHale. So let's begin. But before we proceed further, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do hit the subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any future NBA content. Number 10. Birth and early life. Born on December 19, 1957, Kevin Edward McHale is an American former professional basketball player, coach, and analyst who played his entire professional career for the Boston Celtics. He is a Basketball Hall of Fame inductee and is regarded as one of the greatest power forwards of all time. He was named to the NBA's 50th anniversary all-time team. McHale was born to Paul Austin McHale and Josephine Patricia Starkovic. In his senior season at Hibbing High School, he was named Minnesota Mr. Basketball in 1976 and led his team to a runner-up finish in the AA Minnesota State Championship game. The 6'10" McHale played basketball at the power forward position for the University of Minnesota from 1976 to 1980, with career averages of 15.2 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. He was named All-Big Ten in 1979 and 1980 and still ranks second in school history with 1,704 career points and 950 rebounds. Celtics president Red Auer Bach dealt the pick and an additional first-round pick to the Golden State Warriors for center Robert Parish and the Warriors' first-round pick, the 3rd overall, which the Celtics used to draft McHale. Number 9. Best sixth man of the generation. McHale was the best sixth man of his generation at a time when key reserves were becoming fashionable. His scoring improved in each of his first 6 seasons, beginning with an average of 10.0 points per game as a rookie in 1980 and 81. He also chalked up 4.4 rebounds and 1.84 blocks per game that year, and was named to the NBA All-Rookie team. Although still playing limited minutes, McHale proved to be a key contributor to the Celtics team that won the 1981 NBA championship. McHale improved his output in each of the next 2 seasons, but the Celtics failed to return to the NBA Finals. After the team replaced coach Bill Fitch with Casey Jones, McHale and the Celtics enjoyed a magical campaign in 1983 and 84, playing 31.4 minutes per game off the bench. McHale averaged 18.4 points and 7.4 rebounds per game. He shot 55.6% from the floor and won the NBA Sixth Man Award. He also made the first of his 7 All-Star appearances. McHale won the Sixth Man Award again in 1984 and 85, becoming the first repeat winner in the award's history. For the season, he shot 57% from the floor and averaged 19.8 points and 9.0 rebounds per game. Number 8. Better in the clutch. One of his best playoff games came in Game 6 of the 1985 Finals versus the Lakers. Kevin tossed in 32 points and grabbed 16 rebounds before fouling out on a dubious call in the 4th quarter that halted a Celtic rally. Overall, in the 1985 Finals, McHale led both teams in scoring, with 26.0 points, 10.7 rebounds, and 1.8 blocks per game while converting 59.8% of his field goal tries in the grueling series. He posted the highest offensive rating of 120 in the series, despite taking the 5th most shots, and this was just his first season as a starter. In 1987, despite a broken bone in one foot and a sprained ankle on the other, Kevin still managed to average 20.5 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block per game versus the rested Lakers in a Game 6 finals. He shot a series-best 58.5% from the field and 81.8% from the foul line. Number 7. Versatile defender. Because of his far better footwork and lateral movement as well as ball smarts, Kevin routinely guarded high-scoring small forwards like Dominique Wilkins, Adrian Dantley, and Bernard King, and guarded them well. Kevin also drew the tough inside big men, power forwards, and even centers when Parish subbed out and Boston went with a smaller lineup, with Kevin at the 5 spot, especially against Jabbar. And of course, he guarded all the top power forwards and was an All-NBA defender 7 times. Plus, being a 6th man his first 4 seasons kept Kevin's numbers and chances for awards down. Number 6. Incredibly efficient. Taking less than 13 shots per game in his career, he led the league in field goal percentage twice at 60.4 on just 15.4 shots per game and shot 56% for his career. Kevin also shot 83.6% from the foul line in his first-team All-League season. McHale made the All-League defensive second team 4 times and 3 times was first-team All-Defense. Kevin was a great shot blocker, especially in the clutch. The rookie's block and rebound of an Andrew Toney drive late in Game 6 kept Boston alive in the dramatic 1981 East Finals, setting up their dramatic 7th game win over the 76ers and the subsequent championship series victory over Houston. Keep yourself tuned in as we discover 5 more amazing facts with you all. Hope you guys are enjoying the video, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do it now in order to make sure that you don't miss out on any future NBA content from now on. Number 5. Played entire playoff on a broken foot. In 1987, McHale played the entire playoffs on a broken foot and a sprained ankle, despite doctors' advice not to play at all. Even Bird said McHale should sit out lest he ruin his career. Because of that gutty decision to play while hurt in search of a repeat title, McHale still limps to this day. McHale was a master at rooting out low post position, a lost and overlooked art. He was an excellent leaper who excelled at jumping quickly several times in a row too, especially on the offensive glass. Number 4. Peak of skills. After the injury recovered, McHale was at the peak of his skills. He had developed a low-post game that featured many moves not previously seen in the NBA or anywhere else. McHale had a grab bag of drop steps, head fakes, pump fakes, baby jump hooks, shovel shots, and fadeaways that confounded even the best defenders. Anyone who drew McHale as an assignment was in trouble. He had no preferred spot. He could set up on either the right or the left box. He could take the turnaround from either the baseline or the middle and had extraordinary range. McHale was the basketball equivalent of a good quarterback who has no fixed release point and varies the snap count. He could catch and shoot immediately or throw a head fake as the situation demanded. Amazingly, given his gawky legs and disproportionately long arms, he had extraordinary balance. He had become a force on the inside at either forward or center. Number 3. Retirement. McHale's scoring average dropped gradually over the next 5 seasons, although he was again an All-Star in 1989, 1990, and 1991. After a resurgent 1989-90 season, in which he played all 82 games and averaged 20.9 points per game, McHale's foot troubles began to get the best of him. He missed 14 games in 1990 and 91, and 26 in 1991 and 92 because of numerous lower leg and ankle problems. In McHale's last season, his foot problems were overwhelming and hindered virtually every aspect of his game. He averaged 10.7 points per game in 1992 and 93, his lowest mark since his rookie year. But for a fleeting moment in the playoffs, he showed that he could still score. McHale averaged 19.0 points per game in a first-round series against Charlotte that the Celtics lost in 4 games. He scored 30 points in Game 2 at Boston Garden and then 19 in Game 4. After Charlotte won that game and the series, McHale announced his retirement. Number 2. Last spotlight. Over 13 NBA seasons, all with the Celtics, McHale had amassed 17,355 points, 7,122 rebounds, 1,690 blocked shots, and a 55.4 lifetime field goal percentage. Through the 2016-17 season, he ranked 5th on the Celtics all-time scoring list behind only John Havlicek, Paul Pierce, Bird, and Parish. On January 30th, 1994, during an 18-minute halftime ceremony at Boston Garden, Kevin McHale's uniform, number 32, was retired. Waving one of those big arms toward the crowd, he could at last take the spotlight. Bird, in whose shadow McHale had played for 12 of his 13 seasons, sat in the audience. McHale's number 32 was raised next to Bird's number 33 in the Boston Garden rafters. "We played the game, I thought, the way it should have been played," McHale told the Boston Globe. "Those were absolutely the best days of my life. And one might add, they were some of the best in the rich history of the Celtics." Number 1. After basketball career. It's a custom for Celtic stars to stick around in Boston for a while, and McHale was no exception. He spent his entire 13-year career in the NBA with Boston, winning 3 NBA championships and making 7 All-Star teams. He carved out a niche as a top reserve during his first 5 seasons and won 2 Sixth Man of the Year awards in the process. McHale's production tapered off in his final 2 seasons as he dealt with lingering leg and back issues. Those ailments forced him to retire after 13 seasons, cutting his career off far earlier than it would have ended had he been healthy. Following his playing career, McHale held several positions with the Minnesota Timberwolves, including general manager, coach, and television analyst from 1993 to 2009. As a coach of the Wolves, he went 39-55 before becoming an NBA analyst for Turner Sports. So what's your thought on Kevin McHale? Let us know your answers in the comment section down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thumbs up if you've liked it, and do hit the subscribe button so that you won't be missing out on any interesting video from now on.